or a family retreat, not just for women, but I actually saw a family retreat because they had so much to do for the children, horseback riding. I didn't get to upload my pictures because there were times that I didn't take my iPad because I didn't want it to get broken or destroyed. So I kind of left it in the room. But yeah, as I was walking, the Lord had given me another dream, and in that dream, Obama was throwing money. He was just throwing money, and he was trying to bankrupt America, but he could not. But all this was done in anger and frustration. That's what the Lord gave me. It was done in anger and frustration. And so he showed me that the money was leaving, but America could not be bankrupt. Amen. And so nevertheless, that's my dream. And so I woke up, and I didn't feel that good about the dream because the Lord also showed me that I was a tip away from coming out. He showed me a good side, that I wasn't going to be in it for long. And there was a peace. This was when I was in the bathtub. And he is so awesome, though. God is awesome. He's so graceful. I asked a question yesterday, forgiveness. Does it mean mercy? Having mercy. And I want to answer that question real quick because I said I was going to complete it today. Forgiveness, mercy, having mercy. That's what it means. However, there's still some consequences. Amen. That means the person violated you. They lost some trust. Oh, that's a good one. They lost trust. You're not going to trust them. Come on. Because I know some of you want to say forgiveness means to absolutely wash it away. That's divine forgiveness. But I'm talking reality. There are times we forgive people and we do forget about it. Depends on the impact of the alt or the fault. It depends on what they do. If they do something minor, it didn't hurt us that bad. But if they do something that'll cut us deep, we don't forgive as easy, and we don't forget. There are still some things you remember, and that's hard. Like I said, forgiveness. The first process to forgiveness is recognizing that there's an issue. Admit that there's something that hurt you, it offended you. That's the first step. Now, you have forgiven them. There are a lot of times, y'all, we can go back and talk to people that we're still hurting on the inside over something they've done to us. And so, but in my heart, I just want to love you, but I'm hurt. You had an impact. It's like you hit my car. You didn't mean to hit it. And this for people that just didn't mean to hit it. So I say, even if you did mean to hit it, okay, it's just a car. It's over. But the car is still destroyed. But I'm moving on, but my car is destroyed. And so that's how our body is sometimes, depending on the impact. We can forgive. I forgive you, but I have to heal. And so when we're dealing with people, especially in a relationship, as we grow sometimes, when we're hit the hardest, it's hard for us to take those minor things, like them little fishes. It's hard for us to accept the little things because we're dealing with so great of a hurt from that big thing that you've done wrong to us. And so it takes a lot. It drains us because we're wounded and we're weak. It's like a natural wounded person. If a person's been in a hospital and they've been cut on, they're very timid. That anything will hurt them. They can't walk straight. It hurts them already. So for you to just tap them, they'll jump because they're already hurting. And so when a person's already hurting, the operation is over. They have dealt, or they're dealing with the fact that the operation, the hardest part of it all, is over. But yet they're still jumping because they're sensitive. They're not healed. And so forgiveness is the same way. I can forgive you, but in the beginning, as I grow or as I heal, you may see me jump away from some stuff that may seem like, and I want to help you because it may appear that you hadn't forgiven because your emotion has been touched. Come on. You were violated. Someone entered you the wrong way. And so it's inside of you. And so it takes some time, depending on the impact, for you to release it totally. But you have forgiven them. Amen. See, unforgiveness you can feel because of the anger in you. That's an emotion. Unforgiveness is an emotion. And so that emotion of anger, not so much hurt, but it's anger. And a lot of times you always find yourself putting in effort to do back to him. There's a difference in you trying to keep yourself covered from a spot that was hit and for you just trying to swing back at a person. And you know the difference. You know whether or not you forgave your husband. If I'm trying to make sure he don't hurt me the same way, or maybe I'm healing, that's not unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is when I can't wait to do something back to him. I want to get even. Now, that's not retaliation. Now let's figure out the difference. Retaliation is I want to take it slow, because some things is a reflex. A reflex is I had to do it. We talked about the football. We talked about the plaintiff. Some things comes with the territory. We're on the court. It's for me to protect myself. And so in protecting myself, I might have to push you back. That's not retaliation. That's how anger is. If a person cheat on you, now listen to me. If a person cheat on you and your emotions are full and you're bitter and you're hurt, your reflex is to swing. You're not swinging out of your character. You're swinging out of that bitterness, that hurt, that emotion. And so it's not the same as someone sitting around waiting to get even. There is a difference. You swing out of reflex means it just happened. It's not you. It's not a part of what you want to do. It's a part of what you're forced to do. And whereas anger and unforgiveness make you sit around and plot and plan on getting even. You understand? So there is a difference. And so unforgiveness or forgiveness doesn't mean that you're not going to respond. I'm not going to say retaliate. I'm going to change the word to respond. There are times that you respond, but it's not a part of you. The response is triggered. It's quick. Amen. It's a force that actually a protection. Amen. And so did I explain that right? So the question was, and I asked a number of questions, forgiveness, does it mean you're not going to hurt? Yes, you was. In some cases, in most cases, you will still have hurt, depending on the power of the impact. And it just because, if I stay in my marriage, come on, I've forgiven you. I know a lot of folks say, well, you keep saying it over and over and you keep bringing up what I've done wrong. That's not a sign that you haven't forgiven him. A lot of men especially will say, well, why you keep throwing in my face what I've done wrong? Because she's still wounded. She's hurt. And yeah, we have to be careful, but I believe that man needs to be stronger in that area. If I show you, well, why can't I go when I want to go? Because I'm trying to keep you from doing what you've done. I know you're not a child, but I'm trying to keep you from going out and making that same mistake. Because sometimes men, and I'm just, they get blinded. They do. Some of them think I can handle it. And some of them really don't care. They know what they're going to do, but you want to prevent it. And so you're trying to protect him. And you're also trying to protect yourself, and it's distrust. But he triggered that distrust when he cheated the first time. Amen. And some second, third, and fourth time. And so the argument in the home is, why can't I go hang out when I want to? Why can't I go here, there, and the other? Because there's no trust. You violated that trust because you wounded her. She's wounded. Amen. And so now you're limited in your marriage. And it may frustrate you because you want to be free. Those are the consequences for you cheating. It's not established anymore. The trust is not there. And so now you're walking through the house and you have to give her time to heal. How do you put the trust back in when some of you don't want to? For those of you who want to, just keep living. There's nothing wrong with being at home with your wife for a little bit, and eventually she'll see that you really didn't want to do what was done. You putting that trust back in. You show her, I messed up, honey, and I didn't want to do that, but it happened. And so I'm going to stick around my wife and love on her. I need to put that love back in us. I need to, that little part that was taken off. And I believe a great deal leaves when you violate trust. Understand me. And so you have to stay around her, allow her to be. Now, when a woman is just emotional and just want to fight because she has unforgiveness, it's different. A woman who has unforgiveness, she'll want to fight even when everything is calm. Even when you're sitting around the house, she still remember you cheating and it comes up in her mind, so she throws something at you. Yeah, and so that's different. But then there are some women that want to keep the house together, because I believe the greatest thing a man can do in a relationship is to cheat, because it makes you question who you are. You believe marriage is unity. That's the way God created it to be. I know I'm not going to be able to get all this up, so I'm going to go ahead and release this at 30, and I'm going to lay down here and ponder some things in my spirit.